Hello everyone, my name is Crystal Star, and today I'm going to be recording for you a Five Nights at Freddy's theory video. Um, I know I said I'd do this once a week, but the past week or so has been kind of hard, so I promise that I'll catch up on that. But without further ado, let's get to the video. The first subject I have in mind is the main character, Baby, and I think that is everybody's first subject because she seems to be the new Freddy Fazbear. I want to propose my theory that she is the sister of the crying child from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And the reason why I think this is because it would make sense because she was really aggressive and supposedly she's really sadistic. And I don't know about that, but I do know that if she is really as aggressive as she says, being the sister of the murdered children or child, that would have a significant difference in how the characters would behave toward the security guard. There's also the idea that perhaps Baby was seen in the Five Nights at Freddy's for minigames. And to me, I don't think she's the little girl with the pigtails like many would believe. I think she's the one that's sort of hidden. I think she's the one with the toy collection, the one who asks you why you're always crying, and asks you if you liked her toy collection. The reason why I think that is because if you didn't really think about it, you wouldn't think to go look for this character. You would just kind of keep moving forward on the map. And so, like, why would they hide Chica's character, right? If that was Chica. Also, there's what she says to the child. She doesn't say anything mean or vindictive. She just says, "Why are you crying? Don't you like my toy collection?" Now, Baby, she's interesting. Her design is clearly something that would be considered a toy animatronic. And I'm going to explain more on this later, but I think she would be a ringleader of sorts for her group of animatronics. Now, as far as the other children go, I cannot say what role they would play or if they're even in here. But I do know that it is pretty much a circus setup. And the reason why I think that is because if you look at the environment, it is very clearly some kind of control setup. And if you look at the big picture on the top here, you'll see that there's this control panel of sorts, and it is way too complex to just be just looking at security cameras or whatever, or opening and closing some vents. I mean, Scott's already done that with just a click of a button, right? And then if you look at the bottom picture, the smaller one, you can see what people have theorized to be a descending elevator. I disagree. I think that this supposed descending elevator is just a room with some flashing lights. Now, I understand what a lot of people might think about that. You know, oh no, it's totally descending. You can tell because the lights are going up and down. And I'm like, no, unfortunately, that's not the case. You can see above you there is a fan, okay? And there's a light above that fan. It's safe to assume that there are probably multiple fans in that one area. So if there are multiple fans, then the light would make it look like it was moving, but it's totally not. It's a very, very still room. In fact, I think it might be the entrance to the security room or the control center room. As far as expanding on that theory, I don't really have much else to say. I believe it's a circus. And the idea for that, because it says sister location, and sister location to me means it could be another type of entertainment place that also happens to serve food. And a circus is definitely entertainment that serves food. As far as the words deep underground, now that's pretty ominous, but there's an explanation for that too. If you think about lingo these days, quote, quote, a lot of people use the term underground to describe something alternative. Rather than say super alternative, they'd say deep underground or something like that. Like if you think of the Underground Railroad, it wasn't actually underground, it was just secret or alternative, something that wasn't particularly well known. So it could mean that this circus type thing is an alternative, sort of, for what would be normally known for Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. The last thing I'd like to address is the idea of Funtime Foxy being a new or similar or even just a different version of Mangle. Yes and no. The reason for this is Mangle was supposed to be Foxy, and therefore Funtime Foxy, Mangle, and Foxy are all just alternative versions of Foxy. And this one, it just so happens to be, like I said, possibly in the toy era of things, but it could also be one of those spring suits, you know, like one of those things that you can climb in and out of. With the way the faces come apart and the way the bodies move, it seems to me that that would be the case. It would be all of those suits would be spring suits. So that's all I really have to say on the subject. If you want me to expand on this theory, I will totally do that. Leave it in the comments below. And I'm sorry for the late update, and I will get back to you guys. See you on the flip side? I don't know. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.